Hello everyone. This is the pre-market report for Nifty and Bank Nifty for 15th December 2022. But in this video, I like to discuss more about the last night's Fed interest rate hike and its related content. Regarding that event, we can divide that into two. One, Fed interest rate hike and its official press report release. Then the second, it's Fed Chairman Jeremy Powell's press conference with the media people. First, regarding the press report release. Fed did increase the interest rate by 0.5% to 4.5% as most of us expected, which is the highest US Fed funds interest rate since 2007. Then in the statement, they mentioned that they are increasing the peak expected interest rate to 5.1%, which is 0.5% higher compared to that of the previous guidance in last November. In the NCP Fed officials voting, 17 members out of 19 members expected the interest rate to remain above 5% for the next whole year, for the whole calendar year 2023. Comparatively, in the last meeting, they said that they expect to start the rate cut in the second half of 2023. Now, that's not the case. The reason they gave is that their tool is now projecting the 2023 year-end inflation to be around 3.5% compared to the earlier projection of 3.1%. In the statement, they mentioned that they expect to start the rate cut only from 2024. It means they are going to keep high interest rate for the longer period of time. So, that's the summary of the statement. As soon as the report was released to the press, all three US major index dropped nearly 2%. Then it started to recover only when the Fed chairman speaks. Now, regarding his speech, in one simple sentence, it's more of the neutral. First of all, he welcomes the last 2 months inflation reduction, then he explained. He divided this inflation problem into three. First, goods and its service related inflation. Second, housing service related inflation such as house price, but mainly he highlighted the house rental services. Then the third, non-housing services, nothing but PCE inflation. The present drop in inflation mainly comes from goods and service related inflation. They need to increase the peak interest rate to 5.1% since the core PCE inflation is still at the higher level of 6%. So, if the next PCE inflation is not lower means, then he said that he will again increase the peak interest rate further upwards. Just for your info, next PCE inflation for November month is scheduled to release on 23rd of December 2022. PCE means personal consumption expenditure. Then he wants to keep the interest rate higher for the longer period to allow the housing service sector to cool down. Since that sector will always take time as the rental contracts will only renew periodically. So those are the reasons he explained why he is raising the peak interest rate and why keeping it for the longer term. To summarize, he is keeping the interest rate for the longer term to cool down the housing rent and he is increasing the peak interest rate forecast to reduce the PCE inflation. Is it all negative in his speech? No. He clarifies that he expects there will be no recession in US on 2023. US economy will grow at 0.5%. And he expects at the end of 2023, unemployment rate will be only at 4.7% from the present 3.6%. And also he mentioned that this is just a present day status, but if the inflation cool down faster means, then he will reevaluate the situation about cutting the interest rate earlier. So because of his press conference, S&P 500 regained some of its lost points, but not all. In the end, Dow Jones decreased by 0.42%, S&P 500 decreased by 0.61% and Nasdaq down by 0.76%. If anyone fancies seeing the full press conference video, I'll provide the link in the description below. Please have a look. Except Facebook, all the tech stocks closed 0.5 to 1.5% down. Ignore the Tesla. Then regarding oil, this Keystone oil supply storage worries and the worry of much colder Christmas in Europe made the oil price to increase further 2.5%. At this time of this video, Brent crude oil is trading near $83 per barrel and WTI crude oil is trading at $77.5 per barrel. Then about the other usual US stuff, VIX crashed another 6%. Both dollar index and 10-year Treasury bond yield dropped approximately 0.5%. About Indian areas in US market, only IT stocks such as Wipro and Infosys closed marginally down, whereas ICICI Bank dropped nearly 2% and HDFC dropped over 0.5%. Regarding SGX Nifty, at 3 AM Indian Standard Time, it closed at 18,695. By equating it over spot Nifty, it is roughly 70 points gap down. That's all about the US market. Coming to India specific news. Yesterday, during our market hours, RBI released the wholesale inflation data for November month, which comes as very lower 5.85% against the expectation of 6.5%. And it is sharply lower compared to last month's value, which was 8.39%. Honestly, I don't know whether market already factored this or not, since yesterday market was too busy with this Fed interest rate decision. And another thing is, at present, Indian market is kind of eagerly looking for the negative news. Since some of the investors started to highlight the current account deficit problem that they expected to be around over 4%. The data is due by this month end. If that too comes positive means, then it's all based on the individual stock performance. Anyway, coming to today, there is no bank related specific news. Other than that, they are raising more money through bonds and they are increasing the fixed deposit interest rate and the loan interest rate, etc. There is one stock specific positive news which is regarding Tata Motors. They launched the new car which is taxi specific EV and they got the order book of over 5,000 new vehicles. I don't know how many of you guys remember this. During 2000 to 2010, Tata Motors used to be the king of taxi segment with their Indica and Indigo models. In 2010, they lost that place to Mahindra and Toyota. Now they want to capture that back with the EV segment. So I kind of think this is a positive news. Let's see. As a summary, today is more of negative since there is no positive news to push the index in the upward direction. Additionally, US market down, SX Nifty down, ICICI Bank and Reliance profit booking weakness, all kind of indicating negative market today. Surprisingly, at present 5:30 am Indian Standard Time, US future market opened and it's trading marginally positive. Now coming to technical, everything what we are going to discuss in this section is based on just a daily chart. Regarding the subject, both Nifty and Bank Nifty forms a bearish doji pattern. Doji pattern is mostly mild bullish candle. Actually, both market ended near the day's low, but the aftermath index correction kind of made it as a doji pattern. So, as per that candlestick, I'm sensing more of the bearish signal. Anyway, what forms next after the doji pattern is the strong trend indication. So today is the important one if it forms like either morning star or the evening star kind of. Then about moving averages and technical indicators. Because of the last 2 days bullishness, it's all strong buy signal for both Nifty and Bank Nifty. In terms of RSI, Nifty value is 62 which is buy. Again, same as yesterday for Bank Nifty, the value is 76 which is overbought condition. From option change in open interest, for Nifty, significant call options unwinded at 18,500 and 18,600. More number of new call options added between 18,650 to 19,000 and huge quantity of put options added at 18,650. Then based on open interest, huge number of short straddle is still present at 18,600 and the next nearby maximum put option open interest is present at 18,500. So 18,600 is the immediate support and hoping 18,450 is the support for Nifty to hold at least. On the higher side, 18,700 is the immediate resistance and 18,800 is the strong resistance. Then about Bank Nifty, based on change in open interest, the story is same as Nifty. Significant call options has been unwinded from 43,500 to 44,000. More new call options added between 44,000 to 45,000 and good number of new put options added at 44,000 and 44,100 mark. Then based on overall open interest, now 44,000 got the significant short straddle, 43,500 is the support to look out for and 44,500 is the resistance to break. So that's all in this video. Hope you all got some useful information. Please consider subscribing the channel and liking the video so it will help me beat the YouTube algorithm and it will also motivate me to do more. Please don't make any investment decision based on this as I'm not a SEBI registered advisor. I'm doing it for my and viewers educational purpose only. Thanks for watching.